only take me a moment.
Tech Priest Ingencia, Tier 1 Commander Armored Unit, Durable Support Operative. In Velgheist Doctrine, they serve as builders, repairers, and defense catalysts, not frontline fighters, but the backbone of Imperial infrastructure. Armed with Commander Armor, Tech Priests can withstand early fire and continue working under pressure. Their unmatched repair rate keeps vehicles and structures standing, and their resilience incentivizes bold forward deployment of certain buildings. When pressed, they can garrison defenses to bolster firepower, or tie down enemy squads in melee, buying critical moments for guardsmen or fortifications. While not designed to fight, they are the most combat-capable builder across the factions. As the Guard, leverage their durability to repair under fire, push forward turrets or posts, and use them to create greater depth in defense. Against the Guard, deny forward builds, pick off Tech Priests before they entrench, and force them into combat where their damage is poor. The Tech Priest is not a weapon, but a catalyst, the machine spirit that allows the Imperial Guard to endure.
If such is the Emperor's will!
Guardsmen, Tier 1 Medium Armor Class Infantry, backbone of the Imperial Guard. They embody strength in numbers. In Velgheist Doctrine, they are the expendable line, a meat shield force, individually fragile, yet overwhelming when massed. Early, their combat power is poor. Without commissars, priests, or weapon upgrades, they serve best claiming and safeguarding territory while deflecting enemy offensives. With leadership and upgrades, they become walls of firepower, breaking morale and anchoring a line. Commissar execute, priest buffs, and weapons multiply their threat beyond cost. As the Guard, deploy in numbers, layer buffs, and keep squads in formation. Their strength is cohesion. Against the Guard, isolate squads, strike before upgrades, and break morale quickly. Scattered, they crumble. The Guard are not the sword of victory, but the root from which it grows.
I will do as you ask.
Command Squad, Tier 1 with Commander Armor. In Velgheist Doctrine, he is versatile, support, and disruption. The General alone is weak and not suited for harassment. Strength comes only with attached leaders. Commissars add resilience and morale, priests bring melee power and invulnerability, psychers provide disruption and stealth detection. This modular design lets the squad flex between ranged, melee, or ability focus depending on the matchup. As the Imperial player, invest in leaders quickly. Double Priest excel in melee matchups, Psychers cover detection, Commissars stabilize with health and morale. Keep the squad alive and avoid reckless charges. Their value lies in control and timing. Against the Guard, target the General before his retina forms, or lure the squad out of formation and punish with focused fire. The Command Squad is not a blunt spear, but a scalpel. Precise and decisive when wielded well.
What is your wish?
Commissar, Tier 1 Commander Armor Class, a force multiplier elevating guardsmen through morale and discipline. In Velgheist Doctrine, he is support, morale, and a DPS multiplier. Attached to a squad, the Commissar grants 200 morale and 3 HP regeneration. By Tier 2, his defining ability Execute sacrifices a guardsman to instantly restore morale, grant immunity, and empower nearby lasgun guardsmen and hellgun-equipped Kasakin with 2.5 times damage for 10 seconds. A single Commissar can turn a gun line into a wall of disciplined firepower. As the Imperial player, even one Commissar amplifies multiple squads. The Velgheist way suggests a flexible 1-to-3 ratio of Commissars to line squads, while funneling further resources into weapons, upgrades, and other leaders. Against the Guard, in extended fights, focus pressure on Commissar-led squads. Execute sustains morale, but at the cost of Guardsmen lives. So concentrated fire accelerates casualties and forces taxing micro to maintain cohesion.
I already know what you want.
Psyker, Tier 1 Commander Armor Class, fragile but a volatile battlefield catalyst. In Velgheist Doctrine, he has detection, disruption, and burst damage. Unlike other leaders, the Psyker grants no direct squad bonuses. Protection is essential. Best fielded in the Command Squad, he extends the Guard's reach with infiltration detection and a disruptive arsenal. Curse of the Machine Spirit halts vehicles, Strip Soul delivers lethal single-target burst, and Lightning Arc devastates morale. His value lies in timing, devastating when abilities land, wasted if misused. The Psyker demands intuitive knowledge of enemy weaknesses to reach full effectiveness. As the Imperial player, disruption hinges on precision. Lightning Arc cripples squads, but can also punish lone heroes. Combined with Strip Soul, it can severely wound or eliminate enemy commanders. Long cooldowns mean each cast must count. Against the Guard, awareness is the counter. Know what the Psyker brings, anticipate his cast, and pressure his squad. His presence lowers Commander Squad durability, so extended fights turn this trade-off into an exploitable weakness.
My devotion is assured.
Priest, Tier 2 Commander Armor Class, Zealot of Squad Combat Effectiveness. In Velgheist Doctrine, he is Amplify, Sustain, and Vanguard. The Priest grants passive bonuses to health, morale, movement, and damage to the attached squad. At Tier 3, Fanaticism unlocks, restoring full morale and granting temporary immunity to morale and damage for 10 seconds. Priests excel with elite units like Kosakin or Ogrins, enabling squads to operate independently or endure frontline pressure. Their aura stacks with Commissar's Execute to multiply squads' lethality. As the Imperial player, attach priests to frontline squads to absorb aggression. On flanks, they enable small squads to skirmish or harass with greater survivability, acting as stormtroopers. Timing and positioning maximizes buffs and fanaticism. Against the Guard, assessing squad formations and leadership is key to finding the exploit. Squads with priests are more likely to survive. Ideally, focus on hunting down squads with commissars instead.
I shall not fail.
Vindicator Assassin, Tier 3 Commander Armor Class, Executioner of high-value targets, precise and elusive. In Velgheist Doctrine, he is Sniper, Infiltrator, and Burst Damage. Fragile yet lethal, the Vindicator Assassin eliminates high-value targets in 1 or 2 shots using his assassination scope. Stealth via infiltration research allows him to spot and interdict enemy movements, anchoring defensive positions and countering incursions. He excels best when used with other forces rather than as a solo killer. As the Imperial player, maintain a defensive footing to protect him. Deploy when map control is neutral or in your favor, using long range to interdict capping attempts and shape enemy movement. Positioning and timing are critical. Against the Guard, exposing the assassin's vulnerability requires foresight. Test enemy territory with elusive units to reveal positions. Indirect attacks may locate him, but doing so carries risks. The assassin is difficult to track and punishes missteps with lethal precision.
We'll cover our men.
Heavy Weapons Team, Tier 2 Infantry, Heavy High Armor. Holds positions with devastating firepower. In Velgheist Doctrine, they are Anchor, Anti-Infantry, and Anti-Armor. Undeployed, weapon teams are slow and fragile. Deployed, sandbags and heavy armor halve range damage and reduce melee by 40%, making them near immovable. Heavy bolters shred infantry, autocannons punish vehicles, and las cannons deliver decisive anti-armor strikes. As the Imperial player, when space is scarce and map control is contested, entrench weapon teams between key infrastructure and garrison buildings. Properly positioned, they anchor defenses, deny enemy advances, and force opponents to commit resources to remove them. Well-supported weapon teams slow enemy momentum and create openings for counterplay. Against the Guard, focus on the path of the least resistance. If the Guard is entrenched, redirect attacks to weaker points to force redistribution. Dividing their forces improperly will often cost them more than a head-on assault.
We will serve.
Kosakin, Tier 3 Infantry, Heavy Medium Armor, superior in every category to the standard line infantry. In Velgheist Doctrine, they are elite, durable grenadiers. Kosakin are faster, tougher, and longer range than standard guardsmen. Hell guns and frag grenades provide heavy anti-infantry and area damage, with grenades breaking multiple squads per use. Combined with priests and nearby commissars, Kosakin can dominate Tier 3 infantry, outpacing Terminators in DPS and range. Fully upgraded, they become remarkably resilient with high cumulative squad HP. As the Imperial player, deploy Kosakin with priests for survivability, and nearby Commissar Guard squads to amplify damage via Execute. Use them to reinforce key engagements, lead shock assaults, or provide precision fire. Against the Guard, Kosakin's strength depends on support. Separate them from priest or execute buffs, and they lose effectiveness. Target flanks or isolate squads to mitigate superior firepower, and beware of frag grenade disruption.
Yes, boss.
Ogrins, Tier 3 Infantry, Heavy High Armor, Melee Specialist of the IG roster. In Velgheist Doctrine, they are Elite, Bruiser, Vanguard. Ogrins thrive in close combat. When paired with a priest, fanaticism boosts DPS, health, speed, and morale, enabling them to charge enemy positions and disrupt formations. Ripper guns gain the priest damage bonus, allowing limited range support when needed. Using chimeras for transport enhances mobility and protection, letting Ogrins reach key targets or flank enemy lines safely. Coordination with priest and proper transport is essential to fully leverage their strength and durability. As the Imperial player, attach a priest to maximize fanaticism impact, use Ogrins for targeted assaults, flank operations, or skirmishes. Against the Guard, Ogrins are less effective when isolated. Anticipating fanaticism timings and applying concentrated range fire can blunt their offensive power and reduce their battlefield impact.
Where are those damn tech priests?
Sentinel, Tier 2 vehicle low armor class, fast-moving versatile support unit capable of harassment and anti-armor roles. In Velgheist Doctrine, they are radar, anti-armor, and mobility. Sentinels are an excellent tool to begin offensive measures as the Imperial Guard. While they excel at supporting formations in an anti-vehicle role, they can also waste enemy time by raiding listening posts and decapping objectives, forcing opponents to react and reposition. As the Imperial Guard player, when competing against the take and hold victory condition timer, Sentinels are an excellent investment for decapping maneuvers. If time permits, produce a Sentinel specifically to handle decapping instead of using more vulnerable units, preserving your main forces for direct engagements. Against the Guard, Sentinels can easily distract and waste your time. Their secondary value comes from forcing you to commit army movement, disrupting your plans and slowing your momentum. Anticipate these maneuvers and respond proportionately rather than overextending your forces.
Warming up the engine mode.
Chimera, Tier 2 vehicle medium armor class, a transport that doubles as a support platform for Imperial Guard infantry. In Velgheist Doctrine, they are support, mobility, and transport. Chimeras are cheap, low-supply vehicles that give the Guard vital mobility and a mobile garrison point. Infantry can retreat inside to drop aggro or avoid debilitating effects, keeping squads alive. While the multi-laser is reliable against most targets, the las guns are weak, making chimeras better as transports than fire bases. Massing them adds resilience to your front line and preserves fighting strength. As the Imperial Guard, pair Ogrins and a priest and a chimera to infiltrate enemy bases. This uses its full transport capacity but enables devastating strikes on generators or key buildings. In general, chimeras can be produced in numbers to regain fighting mass when you are on the back foot. Against the Guard, inside their base, prioritize destroying the mechanized command to stop emergency chimera production and deny them a way to stabilize under pressure.
Standing by.
Hellhound, Tier 2 vehicle medium armor class, high accuracy, fast-moving, anti-infantry platform designed to control space and disrupt enemy formations. In Velgheist Doctrine, they are anti-infantry, area denial, and mobility. Hellhounds bring high accuracy on the move, ideal for chasing infantry and disrupting melee threats. Low per-target damage is offset by their ability to pressure entire enemy squads, while the Let It Burn ability denies ground and covers retreats. As the Imperial Guard, use Hellhounds to create space through pressure, force enemy infantry to retreat, break momentum, and relieve frontline pressure on guardsmen or weapon teams. Their mobility lets you project threat where needed, opening room for your forces to maneuver or advance. Against the Guard, avoid clustering units. Hellhound flames punish grouped infantry and disrupt your movements. Respond with vehicles or strong ranged fire rather than committing vulnerable melee units into their zone of control. Basilisk, Tier 2 vehicle medium armor class, long-range artillery platform best positioned defensively to harass the enemy. In Velgheist Doctrine, they are artillery, anti-infantry, area denial. Basilisks excel as a supplemental layer in a defense-in-depth strategy. Not the first priority when establishing a position. They can disrupt enemy formations, out-trade opponents in prolonged engagements, and devastate infrastructure with Earthshaker rounds. Their long range allows safe harassment of infantry while supporting other defensive assets. As the Imperial player, once neutral territory is controlled, use Basilisks to dominate enemy formations, force careful allocation of enemy forces, and reinforce flanks in key positions. They provide sustained pressure over long engagements, supporting weapon teams and other frontline units. Against the Guard, dissect Basilisk positioning with high mobile units via flight, stealth, deep strike, or teleportation. These units should prioritize taking it down, as its long-range fire can dominate formations and disrupt momentum. Lehman Russ, Tier 3 vehicle medium armor class, main battle tank designed to operate within Guard formations, projecting long-range firepower while relying on infantry for protection. The Lehman Russ is a major investment. It requires the mechanized command to be researched before production and consumes 5 vehicle slots. Expensive and slow to field, it's built for full-scale war. Its strength is realized as a line breaker or anchor in extended offensives. Alone or unsupported, it is vulnerable. Paired with infantry and repairs, it can dominate a sector. As the Imperial player, deploy Russes inside layered formations behind Guardsman screens. Keep a Tech Priest Engine Seer nearby for repairs, and use long-range scanners to extend firing reach. Coordinate tank fire with infantry advances to punch through enemy lines and maximize their value. Against the Guard, a Leman Russ is protected by its formation. Attack the formation, not the tank. Disrupt defensive layers, targeting supporting units, and force reflow. When the formation fractures, the Russ loses its protection and becomes vulnerable.
Whatever you want, we're ready.
Baneblade, Tier 3 super heavy tank, heavily armored, line breaker designed to absorb fire and crush defenses. In Velgheist Doctrine, it is elite, durable, tank. Armed with 11 barrels, the Baneblade can shred infantry, armor, and structures alike. Its sheer durability makes it a frontline juggernaut, but it's expensive, requiring Tier 3, a relic, full-scale war, Mars command, and 3 vehicle slots. Poor mobility and friendly fire risk make positioning critical. As the Imperial player, screen it with infantry and Leman Russes, keep it aimed at key targets, and hold medium range to maximize output. Use it as a spearhead of a combined arms assault to smash enemy lines and create openings. Against the Guard, when facing the Guard late game, few armies survive a Baneblade backed by Russes. Their range dominance is overwhelming. To endure, avoid frontal fights, use indirect pressure, staggered assaults, and survival tactics while seeking angles to chip away or bypass their guns.
You call for an airstrike?
Marauder Bomber, Tier 3 vehicle air armor class. Fast, flying raid platform specialized for precision strikes against enemy infrastructure and pressure missions. In Velgheist Doctrine, it is support, flying, radar. Marauder bombers excel at surgical strikes on infrastructure and clustered infantry. Bombing runs, incendiary and proc disrupt positioning, apply pressure, and damage morale. Conventional weapons are weak. Repeated, well-timed abilities deliver the unit's real value. Smoke canisters provide a defensive drop to protect friendly infantry. As the Imperial player, primarily a force projection tool, once your frontline is secure, use a single Marauder on cooldown to strike low HP structures, pressuring the enemy economy and amplifying damage when combined with indirect fire. Against the Guard, structure placement often telegraphs bombing runs, spread key buildings to minimize clustered losses, maintain anti-air to intercept strikes, and keep builders ready to repair damage.